If I could go back to my 20s, with the knowledge I have now, at 73, there's one thing I would do differently above all else. It's not about investing in some startup or buying a piece of land. It's something far more fundamental. Something that would have saved me decades of heartache and confusion. And that one thing is this: I would have stopped trying to impress people I didn't even like. It sounds simple, doesn't it? But think about how much of your life, your energy, your money is spent chasing the approval of others. Chasing a version of success that society hands to you, not one you define for yourself. I spent years climbing a corporate ladder I didn't even want to be on. I bought things I couldn't afford to keep up with friends who weren't really my friends. I said yes when every fiber of my being screamed no. All because I was terrified of being judged, of being left out, of not being seen as successful. The irony is, the moment I stopped caring about what others thought, that's when my real life began. That's when I found genuine happiness. Let's talk about time. When you're young, it feels infinite. A decade seems like a lifetime. But trust me, you'll blink, and that decade will be gone. The most dangerous phrase in the English language is someday. Someday I'll travel. Someday I'll learn that instrument. Someday I'll tell that person how I really feel. Your somedays are running out. Time is the only currency you can't earn back. Don't waste it on a job you hate, in a relationship that drains you, or on dreams that you keep pushing to the side. The perfect moment never arrives. The only moment you have is now. Start living your somedays today, even in the smallest way. And relationships, oh, the mistakes I made with relationships. I used to think the goal was to have a lot of friends, to be popular. I collected connections like they were trophies. It took me until my 50s to realize that the quality of your relationships is infinitely more important than the quantity. You don't need 100 acquaintances. You need 3 or 4 people who you can call at 3 a.m. People who have seen you at your worst and still think you're the best. People who don't just celebrate your victories but sit with you in your failures without judgment. Nurture those relationships. Water them. Give them your precious time. They are the true wealth of your life. Everyone else is just passing through. Don't give your front row seats to the people in the cheap seats. Let's discuss regret. I have a few. But they aren't what you might think. I don't regret my failures. My failures were my greatest teachers. My business that went bankrupt taught me resilience. The relationships that ended taught me what I truly need in a partner. I don't regret the risks I took that didn't pay off. My biggest regrets are the risks I didn't take, the chances I passed up because of fear, the I love you that I never said, the trip I didn't take, the book I didn't write. Fear of failure is a cage you build for yourself. Failure is temporary. You learn, you get up, you move on. Regret, however, that feeling of what if, that can haunt you for a lifetime. So be brave. Be bold. Choose the action, not the inaction. Choose the possibility of failure over the certainty of regret and success. For the first half of my life, I defined success by my bank account, my job title, and the size of my house. I achieved all of it, and you know what? I was miserable. I felt empty. Because true success isn't about what you accumulate. It's about who you become. It's about your character, your integrity, your kindness. It's about the impact you have on the people around you. Are you a good parent, a loyal friend, a compassionate neighbor? Do you leave people better than you found them? That's success. It's waking up in the morning and being proud of the person you see in the mirror. Not because of what you have, but because of who you are. The rest is just noise. When you're young, you focus on building your resume. As you get older, you realize you should have been focused on building your eulogy. What do you want people to say about you when you're gone? That you had a nice car? Or that you were kind, that you made them laugh, that you made a difference in their life, however small? Nobody on their deathbed wishes they had spent more time at the office. They wish they had spent more time with their family, more time laughing, more time living. So, if I could give you one piece of advice, it's this: design your life. Don't just accept the one that's handed to you. Be the architect of your existence. Ask yourself the hard questions. What truly makes me happy? Who do I want to be? What kind of life do I want to look back on? And then have the courage to build that life, piece by piece, even if it looks nothing like what you're supposed to do. Even if people don't understand, it's your life, not theirs. Don't wait for a crisis to make a change. Don't wait for a health scare, or a layoff, or a breakup to reevaluate everything. Start now. Take a small step. Unfollow the accounts that make you feel bad about yourself. Say no to an invitation you're dreading. Spend 15 minutes doing something just for you, something that brings you joy. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and the journey to a life with no regrets starts with a single, intentional choice. You have this incredible gift called life. It's messy, it's beautiful, it's unpredictable, and it's short. Don't squander it. Don't live a half life. Squeeze every drop of joy and meaning out of it. Make mistakes, get your heart broken, learn, grow, love fiercely, laugh until you can't breathe. And above all, be true to yourself. The world has enough copies. Be an original, because the 73-year-old you will thank you for it. Thank you for letting me share a piece of my story with you. I hope something in here resonated. If you want more wisdom from those who've walked the path, consider subscribing to Philosophy of Old Age. We share real stories and real advice, unfiltered. Now, I want to hear from you. Leave a comment below and tell me, what was the one lesson that hit you the hardest? And what's one small change you're going to make after hearing this? I truly read every single comment, and I love learning from your stories as well. Thanks for watching.